Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Dallas, Texas. And it's 7 p.m. in New York City. Hello, everybody. I am back. I don't want to be back, but I'm back. Vacay is over, another one in the books. And I have returned. Do not adjust your television, folks. That's my color. I fell asleep in the sun again.
Oh, no.
I did, and it felt wonderful. I am the Mad Dog, and God, she's back, folks. Thought I was going to come back from vacation, and there was going to be like a nice person sitting across from me, and that's Bud Amelia's here. So
What?
How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you? Somebody had to keep the fort down. Hey.
You did keep the fort down. You did a good job of keeping the fort down. So, let's talk about that. First of all, it's good to be back on What's the Buzz, America's Best Pop.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I am the Mad Dog. She is the Pitbull, and this is What's the Buzz. And Papa Bear had to leave the
nest for a little bit.
Oh my God. Oh, please. So, talk to me about any unseen complications that you run into. Did things go smoothly? And how did you make out?
They went pretty smoothly. The first day I talked about bullying, as you know, and I talked about my
good show. That goes up tomorrow, by the way, too.
Yeah, I talked about my life a little bit when elementary school, and I mentioned my middle school, which is junior high back in Texas, and high school, and I also mentioned my bullies as an adult, and I pleaded with the bullies not to be bullies, and I ask parents to watch out for signs to make sure that their children are not being bullied. And I ask the kids, do not be afraid to go to your parents, because it's okay to go to parents, or to trust an adult.
So, I had a phone call from you during the week that you got a little concerned because Rico and Stretch didn't show up for their show.
Unfortunately, they had another emergency that they had to attend to, so we weren't able to.
They always have an emergency.
So we weren't able to do anything for Wednesday.
You know what it is? They have, they're both musicians.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like gigs come up and they have to take them.
Yes.
Somebody's you're paying you to perform.
Right.
Take the money.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm not paying you shit. Okay.
All right.
Because I have no budget and I can't afford it. Anyway.
Yep.
But I think, I haven't told them yet, but I have to tell them that Rico and Stretch, their show got canceled.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the network canceled their show. Me being the network, I had to cancel their show because their ratings their ratings were in the toilet.
Papa Bear's got to do what Papa Bear's got to do. So
Papa Bear's got to do what he's got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday,
I love the guys. I've known them for so long. But look, if the ratings aren't there, then there's not much I can do about it.
Yeah.
You know.
And then Tuesday, we had a great show with Stephanie Dudley. She came on.
Dudley was back. Yeah.
She has
I got to see us for a couple of minutes during that show until you kicked me off.
Well, you didn't have good signal, so reception out there. So I know that you wanted to pop in and say hi. And she's asked us
Yeah.
to help her get some stuff. And I'm going to give you that list because I know you wanted to
Tell me
help
what
out with
she
that.
needs, and we'll make
Absolutely.
it happen.
And she has a GoFundMe account that she asked if we could put on our page. And I said, and there was some words
Absolutely. Yeah.
on
Send me
there
the
that,
link.
and I know that you wanted to probably tweak it up a little bit on how, how the verbiage is on there. So I thought
Well,
maybe you want
listen.
to tweak it up a little bit.
Let's stop. Stop. We'll talk about
Of
that.
course.
We don't need to discuss that with our audience here.
Oh, no, no,
We
no.
will talk about that off air, after the
Of
show's over.
course.
But
Mhm.
just provide me
Absolutely.
everything that you have, and I'll take care of it.
I
We'll leave
told
it.
her I would.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
See, folks, if you don't nip Amelia in the bud, she gonna talk.
I told you asked how the week went. So did I not provide? Yes, I did. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Listen to me. Less is more. TMI. Okay.
Okay, tonight's show is
So what are we doing tonight?
all about angels real.
Evidence of angels tonight. Evidence of angels. Are angels real? It's a question people have been asking since the beginning of time. These things we call angels. Where did they come from? Who are they? These celestial beings. But where did they first arrive in Scripture? When was the first sighting of an angel? And are angels responsible for the design of airplanes? Because some people think they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Or are
You
they
know
just
that,
a
didn't you?
figment? Nope. Or they're just a
Ah.
figment of people's imagination, people are saying. So we don't know that.
Well, I don't think it's a figment of anyone's imagination. I'm going to tell you why I don't think so. On a serious note, one of the things that we have to remember about history is that people, particularly in biblical times, they didn't always write down articulately what they saw. What they did, however, that was brilliant was they drew everything. They drew stuff on cave walls, on stones. They drew all kinds of pictures for us to look at. And that's how, in many cases, we even know what an angel looks like because they draw them, you know? Amelia, are you looking at? I have to call you out here, and I'm sorry to do this on the air, but what are you looking at, please?
At what?
Because your eyes are all over the place. What are you looking at here?
No, you were sounding a little staticky, so I was letting you know when we're too close to the microphone. So.
Well, I have a new mic, and I have
There
no.
you go. That's better.
Oh. Is that what you wrote here? You were typing.
I was typing, yes.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say, "Hey, Mad Dog, I was typing"?
I was typing, yeah.
Well, thanks for telling me and the whole world, because they just heard me ream you out on the air. Oh my God! This is what I deal with every week.
You had a
Every
vacation week from me, so
I
there
have
you go.
to deal with this crazy shit every week. In the middle of talking serious talk about angels, I gotta stop because Amelia's having a brain fart and a meltdown in mid-show, and it just started 8 minutes into the show, and she's already having a meltdown. Oh my God! Do you need a vacation, sweetie?
I probably do because I started
Well,
working
you're not
already and
getting
started
one
getting
here, so shut up. Oh my God!
it's that new job. I guess it's getting to me anyway. No, but
Already, you better find another job. Oh my God! Maybe we won't talk about angels tonight. Maybe we'll talk about Amelia's work history. Who'd you piss off now?
No one. It's going good. It's been
Oh
a
my
long day,
God.
but
Can I get
as
back
you
to talking about angels now?
go right ahead.
Thank you, because that's what our show is about. What the hell was I? Oh, yeah. So they didn't write stuff down, but what they did was they drew stuff on
Mhm.
rocks and
Right.
cave walls and things like that. And that's a good thing because we could see what they were trying to tell us. Sometimes when you're a primitive culture and write things
Mhm.
down, and writing has been around for millennia,
Oh, absolutely.
but
Yes.
everybody see the thing about writing is different words mean different things in
Yes.
different languages.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you with that. Yes.
And if you're not familiar with the slang in that language,
Mhm.
then you could really get lost in the weeds pretty quick,
Oh, yes.
really quickly. One of the things that we've learned through history and that we have to remember is what means something to them may mean
Mhm.
nothing to you.
Right. Correct.
What they hold very sacred, may be something that you could give like a half a glance to and forget
Mhm.
about.
Absolutely.
So it's important that we understand what they're saying. And the best way, the universal language, there's two universal languages.
Mhm.
What's one of them?
Oh, of course. Like what besides the writing and the painting,
Yeah.
uh, or like sign language or something?
No. Something that you deal with every day. Numbers.
Numbers, yes.
Numbers and art are the
Mhm.
two universal languages.
Right.
The two universal languages. Sign language, to a degree, yes.
Mhm.
But sign language means different things in America than it does in
As
another
another.
country.
Mhm.
Okay. ASL is American Sign Language. Okay. That's for the most part. I'm not going to say that
Mhm.
it's universally accepted.
Right.
For the most part, it is. But sign language, like everything else,
Mhm.
is different in different countries. Different symbols mean different words.
Right.
Okay. Like this means something different in Russia than it does here.
Correct.
Because if I tell you what this means here, we'll get canceled.
Right.
Okay. Because it's not nice. Um, but it all depends on where you are at the time, you know? So, what is your knowledge of angels? What's the first kind of, I want to say, experience you've had with angels, Amelia?
Well, I remember that when my cousin passed away, he was 15, I was 15, and someone said that they had seen my cousin's body in angel form looking down at the shirt that his brother was wearing, which was full bloody. It was white. He was dressed in white and it was glowing, and he was just looking down and with a halo, and he was just looking down at his shirt, just like staring at it, and it was just full glow, like he was okay, like he was in heaven. And then it was weird because that same night I dreamt my cousin in the same kind of glowy thing. He appeared to me, but it was like in a dream. And I heard that they come to you in a dream. And he said to me, "I'm okay. Tell
Well, can I
my
ask
brother
you a
I'm okay."
question?
Sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Of
Do you
course.
think it was a dream, or did it feel more like a visitation?
Well, to me, I wasn't really to me, I wasn't asleep because nobody could sleep at that time because it happened during Thanksgiving. And me and my cousin were real
Oh,
close.
really? It was in the holidays.
Yes, and me and my cousin were real close because I never had a
He got
brother.
he got killed on the holidays.
Yes.
Oh man.
And he never had any sisters. And my mom and his mom were real close sisters.
Yeah.
They still are to this day. And no sister on his side of the family. Of course, no brother on mine. So we were
Was
like
he
this.
biological cousin to yours, or was
Yes,
just like close? Oh, he was a
biological.
biological cousin.
Yes,
Wow.
we shared everything together, like
So you
thoughts.
saw
And
this. Is it fair to say? Would you call it an apparition?
yes.
Was it like? Would you call it a? We use this word, but
Mhm.
would you call it a ghost?
I mean, I could see him in the clothes that he had on though, but it was like a glowing. It wasn't a white, but it was like a see-through what
But
he
do
had
you
on.
think that that was an angelic visit?
I would feel it because I didn't feel scared. I felt safe with him. I felt like warmth, and I felt like not chills, but warmth that I was okay, and he said he was okay.
I'm
And
asking you for a reason because I want you to see something. I want you to take a
okay,
look at this.
absolutely. Oh my goodness.
I want you to take a look at this. This photograph
Hmm.
is quite famous. And it's famous for a couple of reasons. Number one, it was taken by a police officer.
Oh wow.
It was taken by a police officer at the scene of an accident.
That's what I was going to ask you if it was an accident.
It was a car accident and someone died.
Oh my gosh.
And what you're looking at, the funny thing about this picture is that angel appeared
Hmm.
just before the car got hit.
What? Before?
The angel came. That's the thing. The angel appeared before before the car got hit.
Oh,
Here's the funny thing about it. Someone died in that accident,
oh my gosh.
but the angel appeared before the accident happened. So, here's the question nobody can answer.
Hmm.
Did the angel come to warn the driver, or did the angel come to take someone out of the car?
You mean like the angel of death?
No, no, no,
Uh-huh.
no, no, no,
Oh, uh-huh.
no, absolutely not.
Could have been maybe to warn the person before it happened, but of course it was their time probably.
We
You
don't
don't
know.
know.
Here's the
You don't
funny
know.
thing. Again, here's the funny thing about it.
Hmm.
It's interesting when talking about angels
Hmm.
because nobody really knows what an angel is.
Right.
That's the thing that we have to remember. We don't know what angels are. We think we know. But
Hmm.
as we're becoming more advanced and smarter and technology has evolved, we're finding out that we don't know shit that we thought we knew.
Right.
Okay? I want to show you a video tonight that may be one of these head scratchers,
Right.
okay? You're going to see it tonight, but I want to show people what we think angels look like. Take a look at this. And I want you to really to kind of, you know,
That looks just like that
understand.
picture that we just
This
saw.
is there's a picture of what we think an angel looked like with, of
Hmm.
course a pretty woman with wings, and
Hmm.
it says this is a quote from the Bible. Let me read this to you. Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it. From Hebrews 13, verse 2. And you can check that out, it's in the Bible. The interesting thing is, you're going to hear someone tonight completely contradict that, especially the female part. Well, I'm going to show you a gentleman tonight who says there are no female angels, they're all male.
Wow.
All angels are male. And there's again, he's got solid evidence on his side to prove that from the Bible. Okay.
Wow.
But I want people to understand that what we're not saying
Mm-hmm.
that God doesn't use women. Of course, God uses women,
Right.
but the role of the angel is very unique. I want you again, if you're watching on television or YouTube or Roku, Tubi TV, any of our outlets, I want you to take a look at this show. And I want you to pause it and freeze frame it and go back and watch it again because you're looking at a photograph taken by a police officer before the accident happened. Okay?
Still looks
And
beautiful.
the funny thing is, as he was taking this picture,
Mm-hmm.
this angel, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
popped into the screen.
Wow.
And I want you to see that the angel is actually facing the camera. The wings are behind
Right.
that being. By the way, you could say, "Oh, well, that's a fake picture, Mad Dog." I would say that. I would
Right.
absolutely agree with you. But guess what? That picture's been analyzed by Kodak, by Fujifilm. It's been analyzed by NASA. It's been analyzed by some of the greatest photographic experts in the world. And here's the conclusion: the photo is real. That's what they're saying. The photo is real. But there's one problem that everybody agrees that the photo is real.
Right.
Nobody agrees as to what that is.
They can't determine.
Can't determine it. Does it look like an angel that we might think it be? It does.
Yes.
But guess what? That means nothing
No.
because that's not what angels look like, we're being told.
Really.
Yeah, you want to see what the Bible says that angels look like?
Yes.
Check this out. I want you to take a look at this. Okay?
That looks like a
Amelia,
extraterrestrial.
So people listening to this, don't think that I'm completely crazy. Would you? Because they think that anyway. Why don't you tell everybody what the hell is on our screen right now?
That looks like a big old eyeball floating in a bunch of circles. It looks like an extraterrestrial kind of big old eyeball.
You would not be wrong.
Oh,
What you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, and Amelia, is what was described in Ezekiel,
and a lot of
the
eyeballs,
book
actually.
of Ezekiel. That, my friends, is Ezekiel's wheel.
Oh my goodness.
And Ezekiel's wheel, we are told, is what angels look like. And I'm going to read it to you. This is, you can't make this up. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only are there eyeballs in the center, but
Mm-hmm.
if you look, Amelia, at that big circle,
Oh my gosh, they're everywhere.
they're eyeballs everywhere.
It's like they're
Okay.
looking everywhere, at everyone, all the time.
Everywhere at every. There you go. You got it, sister. Everywhere at everywhere.
Oh wow.
Crazy stuff.
But they would come in all forms to us, though, right? To help us deliver messages. Like that one time that I told you that I believe Charlie would come see me at work to warn me about the evil witch, right? Because every time that I would have like a moment.
Well, we might have to do another show for that one.
Well, Well, and then she would come and bother me. I mean, she would come right through that door, and there she was.
We know that angels do take human form, but and I absolutely agree that look, Charlie or anyone else, any of our loved ones that have passed, and I know that you were very close to Charlie. You spoke a lot, and you had a lot in common and all that, which is fine. But you have to also remember that our loved ones come to us too with similar messages. Now, am I saying that Charlie is not no, I'm not saying Charlie's not an angel. I'm not saying that anybody's not an angel.
Right.
I'm saying to you, we don't know what angels look like.
Right.
You just heard it, from the book of Hebrews 13:2. Treat strangers with kindness, for in doing so, some have been kind to angels unaware.
Yes.
Basically, what it says.
Yes.
I have a few videos to show tonight, but we have some commercials to do. So why don't we do this? Let's do us a commercial spot here. From your, I know it's going to be your favorite, so watch.
No.
Yes, watch. Do you have sweaty balls or volleyball netty balls? It's time to make them ready balls. The Manscaped.com Lawnmower 3.0 will do the job and clean your knob with its patented no-nick head, so your head will function as desired. Enter promo code WrestlingFuture for a generous 20% discount. That's enter Wrestling Future for a 20% discount. Manscaped.com and Wrestling with the Future, going balls to the walls with Manscaped.com and the Lawnmower 3.0. Your balls will thank you, and so will we.
Jess wanted to start a business when something surprising happened.
Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet.
She started crocheting, like a lot. And her friends noticed.
Jess, you need to sell those.
So she signed up for Shopify and started building her business.
Yes, I love that.
And after a lot of hard work, this happened.
Oh my gosh, I just made my first sale!
You see, every day, hundreds of businesses get their first sale on Shopify.
We got a ding!
And the next could be you. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life
And become your own boss.
build it on Shopify.
We are back. What's the Buzz? America's Best Podcast is live and on the air. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio. That pain in the ass is Pitbull Chapman. Shut up. And tonight, evidence of angels. Talking about angels, Amelia. When last we left off, we were talking about what angels. What do we know about them? What do we know that they look like? You saw a video a moment ago with a whole bunch of eyeballs.
Creepy looking
Stuff. But guess what? Here's the funny part about that, folks. If you go into the Bible and you go to Ezekiel 10:10, what you saw is described perfectly. Because I'm going to read it to you tonight. But before we do, we want to get into a little bit of a conversation tonight about, exactly what angels are and our knowledge. What do we really know, Amelia? What do we really know about angels?
Because you had said that they're all male, but I thought that they didn't have a gender, but you had confirmed that they're all male, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because I know that, Michael, Gabriel, of course, Jophiel, Metatron, Raphael, Uriel, and then we have Samael and Sandalphon, I think is how it's pronounced, are the main
And guess what? And everything you just said is what?
All male names.
Thank you. All male names. There's not one female angel listed in the Bible. Not
Right.
one.
And I didn't mention one
But
because
you
I'm not
won't
going to mention
find
that
any.
one.
What's that?
Right. I didn't mention one of them because I'm not going to mention that one. But
Well, go ahead.
Lucifer.
Lucifer was an angel, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was a fallen angel, but yeah, he was. You have to mention Lucifer. He was
Yeah.
absolutely there.
Yeah, because he's the one, of
Absolutely.
course, that was the main
But
one that.
you can't deny. Look, it's history. You can't
Yeah.
deny. Who Lucifer was and
Right.
is.
Right.
You
He's
know, Lucifer was God's beloved.
yeah, he was the
You
favorite,
know, he
and
was the favorite, but he could never take the place of Jesus,
no.
and that's what Satan got pissed. Is like, hey, I want to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
God said, look, there's only going to be one number one.
Yeah, and that's
And
me.
that's my
That was
kid.
him. Yeah.
And that's my kid, and you ain't it.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about this. So we got some reading to do here. I want to read something to you because you're going to see some video tonight that's going to corroborate what I'm going to read. Now, I have to drink me. I got to get myself a little worked up here
Because he's got some reading to do, and
I
it's
got
going
some reading to do.
It's going to take a little bit out of him because it is quite a bit of reading. So
No, reading is good. You're the one that takes everything out of me, for crying out.
he's lying. He's just happy to be back from vacation. I know he
I
is.
am. I'm thrilled to be back. Are you kidding? So here's what Ezekiel 10 through 22 says. Okay. So it's a chapter 10, verse 10 through 22. I want to read this all the way through, folks. So indulge me. Under the wings of the cherubim could be seen what looked like the hands of a man. So imagine a cherubim is a small baby with wings. You've seen them.
Yes.
Okay. Imagine that's called a cherubim. It's a baby with wings. All right. Okay. Underneath the cherubim, imagine a pair of hands like this. Okay. Mm-hmm. I looked and I saw beside the cherubim 4 wheels. Now you saw those wheels tonight.
Yes.
One beside each of the cherubim. The wheels sparkled like crystallite. In other words, they were very shiny.
Yes.
Okay, crystallite, if you don't know what it is a very shiny rock that almost looks like gold. Very, very bright. Okay. As for here's we're getting into the appearance now. As for their appearance, the 4 of them looked alike. Each was like a wheel intersecting in a wheel. You saw that tonight. A wheel inside a wheel. 5 wheels inside of a wheel. As they moved, they would go in any one. Listen to what I'm saying now. This is important. As they moved, they would go in any one of 4 directions the cherubim faced: north, east, south, and west. Okay. The cherubim went in whatever direction the head faced without turning as they went. Now imagine being able to see side to side, up, down, and without moving your head. Mm-hmm. Imagine that. Their entire bodies, including their backs, hands, wings, were completely filled with eyes, as their 4 wheels were. Did you see that tonight?
Yeah.
I heard the wheels being called the whirling wheels because as they whooped in and out of each other, they made a whirring sound. This is where the UFO connection comes in, and you're going to hear about it because there is definitely a UFO connection with. I'm falling off my seat, folks.
Uh-oh.
I got it. I'm back. There's definitely a UFO connection when you're talking about angels and the Bible, especially the book of Daniel and the book of Ezekiel. Very, very prophetic, very heavy. This is Ezekiel 10. This is verse 14. Each of the cherubim had 4 faces. One face was that of a cherub. The second face was that of a man. The third face was that of a lion, and the fourth that of an eagle. Okay, now imagine having 4 faces on one body. Front, side, back, side. Okay? Amazing stuff. Well, you're going to see it, and I'll explain it all to you. This is called Angels for Dummies. Papa Bear explains. Then the cherubim rose upward. These were the living creatures I had seen by the Kibar River. So they were actually real things. When the cherubim moved, the wheel beside them moved. And when the cherubim spread their wings to rise from the ground, the wheels did not leave their side. Okay? In other words, when the cherubim rose, everything rose with them. When the cherubim stood still, they also stood still. And when the cherubim rose, they rose with them because the spirit of the living creature was in them. They're telling you. They're real.
Yes.
They're telling you right there. They are real. Angels are real. But they don't look like what you think they do. I'll explain when I finish all this. I'm going to make it's going to make perfect sense for you. Just bear with me, okay? Then here comes the good stuff. Then the glory of the Lord departed from the threshold of the temple and stopped above the cherubim. While I watched the cherubim spread their wings and rise from the ground, as they went, the wheel went with them. Okay? So when they flew away, the wheel flew away with them. They stopped at the entrance to the east gate of the Lord's house, God's house. Where's God live? Heaven. And the glory of God of Israel was above them. These were again, here's those words, Amelia. They were the living creatures I had seen beneath the God of Israel by the Kibar River, and I realized that they were cherubim. What's the difference? You just heard me talk about it. The difference between the cherubim and the angel.
They just, to me, it was like...
No, it's not to you. What's the difference? You just heard me say it.
What, the angel? What the difference with the angel with all the different eyes and the way they turned?
Yeah,
and
what's the difference between the angels and the cherubim?
Actually, to me, it was just nothing really
It's not
different.
to you. What's the difference? Just say you don't know.
I don't remember I don't know what it was.
Please just
I don't know what the difference was. I was just paying attention to
I'll take that answer. I'll take that answer. The difference is, here's the difference. Cherubim, ladies and gentlemen that are paying attention. Cherubim have wings. Angels do not have wings. Angels never had wings. Nowhere in the Bible. There's not one mention in the entire Bible of an angel having wings.
Just the eyeballs, that's it? That's all they have?
No, you're missing the whole point, Amelia. Jet Fan is here. I am under the impression that a lot of the beings we believe are aliens are fallen angels. And you know what, Jet Fan? I am so with you, brother. I am so with you on that. I don't think people understand how simple this concept is. In the book of Enoch, who later became Metatron, Enoch is visited by those two blue beings that terrified him, but they took God. They took him to God and told him not to fear. And you are going to hear that story echoed. You're going to hear echoes of that, and you're going to hear it very shortly. Watch this. Okay.
Remember that one.
Um,
Metatron, isn't he the one that wrote pretty much everything down? Like,
no. While I watched the cherubim spread their wings and rise from the ground, as they went, the wheel went with them. Okay, we heard that.
mm-hmm.
Each had 4 faces, 4 wings, and under their wings was what looked like the hands of a man. Where did you hear that? You heard that describe the cherubim.
Right.
Okay. Now, under their wings was okay. Here we go. Their faces had the same appearance as those I had seen by the Kibar River. Again, he knows what he saw. Okay? Ezekiel knows what he saw because he's describing in great detail what he saw. Each one went straight ahead. All right? Now, those of you who don't understand, let me explain because it's very simple. If you understand the Bible, if you understand Scripture, the Bible never mentions ever, not once, of angels having wings. They do talk, the Bible speaks a lot, blaringly obvious, about the cherubim. What are cherubim? They look like innocent babies, but they have the power of Goliath. They look like little babies. When you've seen them all over the place, they're used in art everywhere. A cherubim, like you see them like this, right?
Right.
With wings, like little babies,
like
right?
cute little babies with wings. Yes.
Cute little babies with wings.
Yes.
They are not those that have departed. They are those who have protected. The cherubim, ladies and gentlemen, and Amelia, the cherubim is where the real power lies, not the angel. The angel comes to help the human in distress when the human calls upon them. Sometimes we're calling upon the wrong being. God help me. Jesus help me. Sometimes we should be saying, God's angels help me. You know? That's where the power is. God's got all of this under control. Jesus has a lot going on, okay? This is why God and Jesus both use angels, cherubim, human beings. Yes, human beings.
Yes.
To help each other. God and angels will use angels in the form of a human being. Okay? I'll tell you a story that happened to me, scared the shit out of me. This real story. I was working in Atlantic City, New Jersey. 1986. 1986. I'm coming home from work. It's a long drive home. There's an old man on the side of the road. He's hitchhiking. Now, first of all, it's very unusual.
Right.
to see an old guy hitchhiking.
Right. Yeah.
But he had a shoebox with him. And that was even more unusual to see somebody carrying a shoebox. And this wasn't just an ordinary shoebox. This was a very, very old shoebox. And I said something about it. I said, that's an old shine box. I mean, that's a really old box. How long have you had that? And I'll never forget what he said. He goes, I've had this for ages and ages. Right? I said, what's your name? He goes, again, if you listen, he says, my name's Geronimo Sarpanera. Sounds Italian, right?
Right.
It is Italian. When I looked it up, tried to find out who Geronimo Sarpanera was, guess what came up?
What?
Geronimo Sarpanera is Italian for the little soap maker.
What? Wow.
The box that he was holding was not a shoe shine box. It was a soap making kit.
Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute, it gets better. I said, where you headed, brother? He goes, I don't know. And then he starts to cry in my car. And I was like, I almost pulled over and said, get out. And I thought, no, Angelo, just drive. I drove him. I drove him to the only place I knew, a church.
Right.
I dropped him off at the church. I made sure he went inside. I went in with him. Okay. And I know he went in, and I know he was there because I went in with him. I got home. I called the church. I said, I'm just calling to check on that fella I dropped off. You know what they said?
What?
What fella is that?
What?
He said that the guy on the phone said, "There's nobody's here. Nobody's been here." He said, "I said I was just in your church." I told him who I am. He says, I'm sorry, but I've been here. There's nobody's here." I went, are you pulling my leg for real? I said, this is Bethel Tabernacle, right? He goes, yeah. And your pastor so-and-so? He goes,
right.
Yeah, that's our pastor. I said, okay, so I know I have the right phone number, and I repeated the number. He says, yeah, that's all. He goes, I'm not trying to start a fight with you.
Right.
He goes, but I've been here for like the last 3 hours. I said, brother, I just dropped this guy off 25 minutes ago.
Right.
I just walked in my front door. I walked in with him. I know he was there. I walked in with him. He says, I'm sorry, sir, but there's nobody here.
Wow.
I went, that's it. I thank you very much. I hung up the phone and I went, you fucking kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Fucking kidding me? Yeah, for real.
That is so weird. Is that
not a trace that he ever existed, and not a trace that I was ever there.
Wow.
He must have snapped his fingers and erased the guy's memory.
Wow.
He don't remember nothing. He said, nobody's been here. I've been here for 3 hours. I said, I just left there 25 minutes ago.
What?
I just got home. He says, there's nobody here. I'm sorry, but, I don't want to argue with you, but there's nobody here. That's some weird shit.
Yeah, that's
the kind of stuff you got to say. It's time for a commercial break.
Yeah.
Let's watch this, folks.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Wow.
What's the buzz? America's Best Podcast on WWTF Radio 88.7 on the broadband radio system. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio. She is Pitbull Chapman. Tonight, the evidence of angels. Are they real? Are angels real? Yeah, let's take a look at some video. What do you think about this? Check this out.
Realize this. Angels are actually another species that God created. They don't have wings.
I want you, did you hear what he said? The first thing he said.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Angels are other species. They do not have wings.
Watch.
Never single time in the Bible do angels have wings. Cherubim do, but not angels. They are male. They're strong. They're just human looking, but bigger and more handsome, more powerful than us. And they actually travel in ships. You read it in Ezekiel chapter 1 through chapter 10. They travel in flying saucers.
Are you hearing what he's saying, folks?
Yeah, they travel in flying saucers.
They travel in ships.
Yeah.
Is what he said. They travel in ships because the Bible uses the word ship.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the Bible uses the word vessel. To be more specific, it uses the word vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Let's watch. I had to do this because, for your benefit, Amelia, because I want you to learn. I'm trying to smarten you up here.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens because I've had a similar experience like that before. What you had.
You'll tell me after this.
Mm-hmm.
Read coals of fire as they travel.
This is what we think an angel looks like, and this is what a biblically accurate.
This is what a biblically accurate angel looks like. See what it says. Hide the children.
Angel actually looks like.
Each was like a wheel intersecting a wheel. As they moved, they would go in any one of the four directions the cherubim faced. The wheels did not turn about as the cherubim went. The cherubim went in whatever direction the head faced, without turning as they went. Their entire bodies, including their backs, their hands, and their wings, were completely full of eyes, as were their four wheels. I heard the wheels being called the whirling wheels. Each of the cherubim had four faces. One face was that of a cherub, the second the face of a human being, the third the face of a lion, and the fourth the face of an eagle. Then the cherubim rose upward. These were the living creatures I had seen by the Kibar River. When the cherubim moved, the wheels beside them moved.
So when Jesus talks about the little children's angels in Matthew 18, is this what he means?
Okay. Wow. Now, let's talk about that. Everything you just saw, I read from top to bottom, verbatim. Okay? Your thoughts, Amelia, on what an angel is?
That looks kind of scary to me because, I mean, as a kid, yeah, of course, any child would be scared, but would they appear to the children as a different shape, even though they look like that, and even though not to scare the children, you think?
I think partially, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the idea of telling that children that, you know, angels are pretty creatures with wings, kind of soothe. Now I don't want to use that word, but kind of soften the blow a little bit. Maybe I think it's a better way to put it. Because if you tell a child that that's what an angel looks like, they're going to run to their room crying.
And they're going to run. Yeah, I was going to say, they're going to run.
For real. They're going to run.
Yeah.
For real.
They're going to just say, bye. No.
But, you know, you have to consider something, though. Think about it. We've had this knowledge. We've known what angels looked like ever since the Bible was written.
Right.
Why are we just now, all of a sudden, in these times? You have to ask yourself this question. Why are we just finding out now in these times how important angels are? Could it be that we're on the last leg here?
I've heard that that it's happening now. That it's more, or we're getting more signs of the times.
Are
But
we down the home stretch? Is the caca about to hit the fan?
I think so because of the way the times are going now. Everything's happening.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you what the sign of the end is for me. And I'm not joking in any way when I say this.
Mm-mm.
The end times for me is the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Yes.
Because France, and I'll say this, if you guys out there that are French that might get offended, I don't really give a fuck because I don't like the French. Okay? So you and your whole country could go fuck off. The French are evil, anti-God people who embrace homosexuality, who embrace decadence, who embrace depravity, who embrace pedophilia.
Yeah.
They embrace this stuff.
Absolutely.
They embrace cannibalism.
Mm.
They embrace this evil. The fact that the Olympics were held in Paris, France, was enough for me to say, I'll never again watch the Olympics. They'll never be the same again for me.
Right.
Okay? So now, those of you that are offended, I don't give a shit. Okay? So, what are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
Nothing. That's what you're going to do. Not a damn thing. Now, let's watch this, Amelia. Pretty freaky looking.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Wow.
I have to, before we go any further, let me just, hold on, where we got? Here we go.
There.
Before we go any further, let me tell people what you are about to see. All right. This is a news clip that came from Israeli television. I have not verified, I want to say this before we go anywhere. I have not verified this clip, but I will tell you emphatically, this is from Israeli news. That's what I do know. What it is, I don't know. I will tell you what they're saying that it is. They're saying that this is the angel that you just saw. Okay?
Yes.
I want you, knowing that going into this, let's watch. I want you to watch it again, William.
Yes.
Tell me what you notice, okay? First of all, the sky is opening up right where the angel is. Okay?
Exactly.
Watch. It turns into a big pillar of light.
Yeah. Yeah, like the one with the angel wings like we saw in that picture.
And everything around it is bright except for those clouds that moved out the way. Let's watch. Okay, now, this one happened in Africa. Okay? This is a river baptism. You know, people were getting baptized in the river, accepting Jesus Christ, okay? beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
You're going to see something though. Here's my question, because this one I'm not so convinced about this unless somebody's going to change my mind.
Right.
They're saying that there's angels in this video. Let's watch.
Limpia su mansión, seguiré a mi Jesús. Para cumplir aquella palabra que dice que el que creyere, como que una cobertura, no sé. Y como Dios delante de Dios y de estos hermanos, mire, ay, mire como unas alas. Cógele foto, cógele foto. Es que no puedo porque está en video. Mire, mire cómo le pide con salto. Ay,
Okay, did you see that?
Yes.
Tell me what you saw.
Just a glowing light coming up from the water, but it could be the heat from the water coming up, because you know how the heat and the cold from the water, you know how sometimes it comes up.
Let's you and I both take a look at that one little area. You see those people in the water. You see that behind them rising up. Okay.
Yeah, it could be.
That looks like fog, right?
Yeah, it could be fog and the heat, you know, coming up from the water. Yeah.
Well, let's just keep an open mind. Okay, let's just look. Okay, there's the part I have a problem with. Big Daddy's got a problem with this.
Right.
Because it looks to me like a little tricky editing here.
Yes.
It looks to me like the people stopped in the water because the water's not moving.
No.
Okay. But all of a sudden behind these people, there's two figures.
Ay, mire como unas alas. Cógele foto, cógele foto. Es que no puedo porque está en video. Mire cómo le pide con salto. Ay,
All right.
No.
Say you what to that?
It could be also to what time of day it was that video was taken, because of the fog in the water.
It is? You know, look, it coulda, woulda, shoulda, and maybe. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, what do you think it is?
It's fog in the water. It's like the time of day that it was taken, because it's hot. The heat, just more fog coming out of the water, and the sun blaring down.
It's very plausible. I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's tricky editing. I think somebody wants you to believe that there's something there. I think it's nothing more than a camera trick, because if you look at the people, all of that screaming that you heard, the people in the water never turned around.
No.
They stayed still. The preacher was still baptizing people. He was praying in the water. You could see his hands going like this, doing the sign of the cross and praying. Nobody in that river was aware of anything happening.
I'd be running out of the water if somebody was screaming like that.
That would be the
reaction.
Amelia, that would be the reaction. Absolutely,
that would be me. I'd be running and say, "What are y'all looking at?
I'll get the hell out of here." That's absolutely, absolutely.
And you notice that all of those clips came from like a foreign country. Nothing has come from the United States at all like that.
Here we go. Now you finally said something brilliant. Wow, it took 2.5 years, but she finally came up with it. Holy shit! I can't believe it. Angels described, angels being spiritual beings, can take on different forms. But because scripture offers some bizarre imagery as well for those beings, we cannot definitely know what angels look like. I don't know how we can say that now.
Oh.
Because if angels can look human, if angels can look bizarre, if angels can look like your great grandmother, then can't angels look like anything?
Oh yeah, they can even look
So
like
why does the angel have to have a definite look?
No, they don't. They can look like anything or anyone. Like, example, two people in a diner that you go to, and then you find out that that diner was actually closed 2 years for 2 years, and you're like, "What? Wait a minute! I was just here two,
Well,
3 days
funny
ago."
that you should say that, young lady. It's good. There's a movie. There is a movie called The Diner. And guess who's in it?
Who?
Our guy Sting from WCW, the wrestler.
Really?
He's a Christian, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he plays like not a really nice guy in this movie. Okay. And he plays a guy that is offered salvation and turns it down
Wow.
by an angel. And he gets in his car and he drives away and he gets into an accident
Oh no.
and he dies. Okay. And the people that were in this diner, they leave. They come back the next day. There's no diner there. Guess what?
What?
The diner was destroyed the night the guy died in that accident.
Wow.
Yep. The weather was so bad it took the diner away. A tornado took the diner away.
Wow.
Right? Check it out. It's called The Diner. It's on Tubi TV.
Wow, that's kind of weird because
Oh, it's good stuff. It's a
Yeah.
good weird. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of like what happened to me and Jeff like a few years ago. We had just come back from Michael's event. We
You
wanted
have a
something to eat.
story. I know that there's a story here. Talk to me.
Yeah, and so we wanted something to eat afterwards, and this diner just happened to be open, which is weird because at midnight you don't find a diner open.
No, very rare.
And so we went in, and it was just us and a homeless lady. And Mel from Mel's Diner. It looked like that kind of diner, and he was dressed just like that, which is weird. And she was wearing like a purplish pink outfit. It was just her. So I had
Yeah.
some Mardi Gras beads, and I gave her one, and she goes, "Oh, thank you, so sweet." And I said, "Do you happen to have hash, potatoes, hash, things like that?" And she goes, "Yeah, we do." So she decided to take her order, and that's all we wanted, and some coffee.
Yeah.
And so she gave me this big old humongous plate, so me and Jeff, and some eggs.
Yeah.
And I said, "I'm surprised y'all are open this late." She goes, "Oh, we decided to do something new, some new hours." I said,
Sure.
"Great." And the homeless lady said, "We'd like to pay for her supper or for whatever she's eating because it was real late." And they go,
Yeah.
"No, we take care of the homeless. We're good. She's fine. She'll have whatever on the house," because it was kind of cold and rainy. And I said, "You know what?" I said, "Why don't you come sit down with us?" She goes, "You don't mind?" I said, "No." And the cook's like, "Oh, y'all are so sweet," and so he came and sat down with us. We started talking what we were doing. And so we paid them. We paid our tip. We left. And the homeless lady thanked us for wanting to pay her for her meal. And
Yeah.
so that it was a Friday night. So we decided Sunday we were going to go take the kids out to eat the same diner lunch. And next to us was like a Circle K, a gas station. And I was like, wait a minute, this diner's closed. Everything was like boarded up kind of thing. So we went to the Circle K, and I was like, "That diner next to you, when did it close down?" And they was like, "Ma'am, that diner's been closed 2 years ago. For 2 years." I was like, "Ma'am, we were just there Friday night." They go, "It's impossible. That diner's been closed for 2 years."
Amelia, I think you might have been in this movie and not realize it.
But it was so weird because those people were the
Oh, wait a
nicest
minute.
people
That's the kind of
ever.
stuff that people love, though.
Uh,
That's the kind of people, the stuff that people love, because
mhm,
that's real life.
mhm.
You don't have to worry about like making stuff up, because I got
Yeah.
news for you. Real life is far more bizarre than
Yes.
anything you can. I'm serious, too.
It
Than
was
anything you
so
can make up. Are you kidding me?
uh-huh.
Oh man, Neil, what's coming up? Tell everybody what's coming up.
Tomorrow we have a great show, which is weird because it's a return of the Rain Man of Sin. Is what we have
He is on the rise,
again.
folks. Oh boy, in a very big way.
Again.
The Rain Man is on the rise for the probably the second major upheaval in the music business.
Yes, it's getting
Taylor
worse.
Swift is right in the middle of it. I never liked her, and there now I know there was a reason why I never liked her.
Yeah, it's
You know,
getting pretty bad, and then it's like swooping over us, like
Yeah.
over everybody like that, and then on Wednesday, since you said that we have, I guess it's going to be What's the Buzz called? Is it going to be What's the Buzz podcast? It's going to be called that Wednesday night.
yeah.
That's going
It's
to be
going
the
to be
show.
called the same thing. It's every Monday, Tuesday, and
Well,
Wednesday.
we
Are
have
you asking for my approval, or are you
no,
telling me?
it's going to be called What's the
That's
Buzz
why I'm
now.
sitting here looking at you, going, "Come on, I want to let
It's
you
gonna be What's the
squirm a
Buzz
little bit.
podcast.
I'm going to
Michelle.
let you squirm a little.
I
Go
guess
ahead."
it's gonna be Michelle or Michelle. I don't know how you pronounce her name because she's
Her name is Michelle LeMay.
LeMay.
Yeah,
She is
Michelle
more like
LeMay.
a weird lady from Paris,
She's very bizarre.
French woman.
I have found out quite a bit about Michelle
Oh
LeMay.
boy, that is a weird one.
I've found out things about Michelle LeMay that you just don't know.
It's gonna make your hair curl if you have straight hair.
It's going to make your hair curl because you don't know nothing about this woman. Wait till you think you do.
Just her
No, I got news
designs
for you. You
are.
don't know. Wait till you find out about what this crazy woman is up to.
Her designs are unreal.
Oh.
Ew.
And her husband, that firecracker. What do you find out about that screwball?
He is like 20 years younger than her, something like that.
26 years younger.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. I'm
That
not
is
even going to try to imagine that relationship. I'm just going to go, hey, look, to each his own, as long as you ain't bringing me into that craziness.
Yep.
Anyway. So, it was a good show tonight.
Yep.
Good show tonight, kid.
And you said that we have something next week, but I guess you're going to surprise us with that next week.
I'm going to tell everybody now.
Okay.
We have a major announcement tonight. Next week, we are undergoing a brand change. We are still America's Best Popcast, but we are now Mad Dog Media. WWTF Radio presents Mad Dog Media, and that will be our permanent brand on every show. Mad Dog Media is What's the Buzz, America's Best Popcast, Mad Dog Media. We are retiring on the record. We have retired. That's bullshit with Rico and Stretch. They don't know it yet, but unless they're watching, they do now. We had to, folks. I'm sorry, but the ratings were so bad, I couldn't even scrape them up out of the gutter. They were so bad. They were the ratings were like the lowest ratings we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, nah. We've got 13.2 million subscribers worldwide. That's a real number, folks.
Yes.
Not even making this shit up. We have almost 150,000 downloads, which is pretty good for a little podcast that comes on here and rants and raves and bitches and complains about everything. But that's what we do because you don't get nothing done unless you bitch about it.
Right. And
What do they
I
say,
hope
Amelia? The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
right. And I hope everybody had a great day, first day of school today, because I know here
This is why Amelia is the squeaky wheel here, because she'll know that I'll tell her. Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. That's when you hear me. I bust Amelia's chops every week. I go, oh God, she's here again. Let me tell you something. I can't do this show without Amelia.
Oh,
because I can't because you know how silly it would look me talking to myself over here.
like I did on Monday.
People, yeah, like you did on Monday.
Yeah,
it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? I did. It was kind of hard and sad because I did. It brought back some sad memories. But I hope everybody bared with my tears.
That's what we do here.
Yeah.
Through our pain,
yes,
we help other people. That's what we do. You've heard me talk about my sister, my father, my dogs who passed.
Yes.
You know, I lost 4 incredibly close family members. My dogs were part of the family, like my sister and my father. You know, and I shared my pain with people.
Yeah.
And you know what? I gained strength through that.
And I hope it helps people what we talk about,
Yeah, and you know what? And that's why we do this.
Yes.
That's why we do this. It's important that people understand. We do this for you. We really do.
We do.
It's not, and believe me when I tell you, folks, it's not self-serving. I'm going to tell you why it's not. Because Amelia and I do not accept a paycheck.
No.
We don't get paid. We've never have. I've been doing this show this is 2020 for 6 years now. Okay? For 6 years, I have received zero compensation.
Yes.
Okay? Zero. I mean, zero. Nothing. Okay? I make nothing and I pay nothing. You know why? Because I don't have it and I'm a cheap bastard. Okay? That's why. So Amelia's just here because she wants to be she wants to be famous and I'm making her famous.
I'm here because I want to be here and I love to do the podcast and I love WWTF Radio, Mad Dog Media.
Of course you do. You know why? Because no one else will have you.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm kidding. Of course they'd love to have you, but you're stuck here, kid. Anyway,
I love this. This is my podcast. I want to be at.
It's our podcast. We made an agreement. This is, if I got to suffer through it, then by God, so do you. Anyway, look. For Amelia Pitbull Chapman, I am Angelo, the Mad Dog DeCipio. I will see you tomorrow night, God willing, and the creek don't rise, and pain in the ass will be here too.
You're gonna be here? Yeah, I know you are. So am I.
Yes, of course you are.
You said pain in the ass.
Until we see you again tomorrow night, folks, be good to each other, be kind, God bless you, and God bless America.